I wasn't even going to record this video today because Messi just scored the three goals against Panama and it was awesome. A 19-minute hat trick, and everyone is really happy. But before I left Twitter to, uh, after the game, someone from Argentina tweeted, Messi is keeping it all together while the Argentine Federation is completely lost. Because not many people know, but the Argentine Federation is in complete ruins after the investigations from the United States. So I don't even think they have a president right now. Anyway, and and that reminded me that Messi is keeping Barcelona as an institution, as a club alive. Today it was announced that the club came to a agreement to finish the Neymar fiscal case, at least the initial part, the big one, because there's a second um, lawsuit being sued by one of the companies that own Neymar. Remember, there's one regarding the first company, the bigger one. Uh, this, oh, sorry, there's one regarding Santos itself and the 40 million euro payment we made to Neymar. That's the one that they made the agreement. And there's the second one from a company named DIS that used to want to own part of Neymar's rights as well. They are also suing the club. So let's talk about the one and the proposition that was made. So the club got a offer from the Spanish judicial system saying that if they pay a 5 million euro fee, um, but saying that the club is guilty on the two counts of fiscal fraud, no charges would be filed against both Rossell and Bartomeu. Okay, so the board is deciding this weekend, so tomorrow and Sunday, and then we'll make a decision on Monday, where the club, our 116-year-old club, would say that yes, for the first time in our history, we are guilty of fiscal fraud for signing Neymar. We would pay the 5 million euros, and both presidents who are responsible for it would walk free. They would be no prison time, obviously. They wouldn't even have to pay anything. The club would say, hey, we're guilty, and let them walk free. Um, Forget football. If you're working for a company and you make a bad deal and you make that company uh, found guilty for fiscal fraud, would you keep your job? If you file the wrong document, if you misplaced a few steps, if you did something wrong, would you keep your job if your company was found guilty of fiscal fraud and you have to pay a 5 million euro fee for that? Would you? No, you wouldn't. Imagine if you were the CEO of a 116-year-old company that makes over 600 million euros a year. And then, for the first time in this company's history, you, for your actions, for the shady contracts that you signed to get a player, in this case Neymar, you get, your company guilty. That is absurd, this proposition and what is happening. As a lawyer, for the club, financially, it isn't that bad. Because during the Neymar case, I think in the beginning of 2014 or in the middle of 2014, the club already paid 13.5 million euros. It was a 10 million complementary payment, tax payment, and then this 3.5 million euros that the government already has. If the club accepts The club says they're guilty and Bartomeu and Rossell will walk free. The club right now will only have to pay €1.5 million more. But that is not the point, and that is not why I'm recording this video. The point I'm talking about this is that it's so absurd that our club would say yes, the club is responsible for guilty of tax fraud for signing Neymar. That not only will Laporta and Tony Freixa, people that were related to our club and our lawyers, but several simple coolers, sócios, will also try to sue both Bartomeu and Rossell. This is not something that will go away easily, like all the many things they did. This is different. This time is a little bit different because in our bylaws, for you to be a member and everything, it clearly states that if you are a soci, a member of the club, an owner of the club, and you act in a way that would make the club be found guilty of any crimes or would bring the club financial loss, you are bound to lose your membership. So by our club's bylaws right now, both Rossell and Bartomeu will have to be stripped of their condition of FC Barcelona's members of socios. So of course Bartomeu could not be the president. You know how I see the board nowadays. If they hold elections next Friday, after if they accept the deal, they would get the 25,000 votes and then would get elected again. That's the way FC Barcelona sauces are. But the law is the law, and if there is a way to sue them for this, they will be sued. And the second point I would like to say is that the usual press, like assholes like Xavier Bosch, and the Pelicano, Perernal, and Cristina Cubeiro. Cristina Cubeiro will certainly write something this weekend. I cannot wait for her article. They will say that no, the club should pay the 5 million fee that actually is €1.5 million fee right now, because in the end the club, if they don't accept this, in the end the club could have to pay a preemptive €90 million fee. The thing is, this preemptive thing is bullshit because the judge will only rule on this specific value if there's a sentence. So it is not certain, it's all speculation. And the third reason why I'm recording this and explaining this to you is this. If the club say they're guilty and let Rossell and Bartomeu walk free, it will be strike one. Okay? Our company, this is a company, our club, if they say they are guilty for fiscal fraud, that's strike one. There isn't strike two. If there is strike two, this will no longer exist. There have to be a dissolution of FC Barcelona as a sporting identity. That's why this is a serious matter. And I'm recording this in English. Few people from Catalonia will watch it, few sources, few people in Spain. But why I'm telling you this? Because this time, after the FIFA ban, we couldn't sign, it passed. We kept winning titles because of Messi. He helped a little bit, right? And now all the bullshit, this board they were elected anyway. But this time, the kind of lawsuits they will pop up from several different sources. Remember, from 2014 until now, if you add all the extra taxes we've paid, with lawyer fees and everything, the Neymar case has cost us €29 million so far, with the 13 I told you about and every single one of the taxes. And this absurd thing of saying the club is guilty of tax fraud with all its ramifications, with Jose and Bartomeu being able to lose their membership, and the club uh, already being strike one, where strike two will be the dissolution. This would no longer exist. I think we're gonna have some busy days ahead, busy weeks or busy months. Now, as a lawyer, as someone who has read what's going on, I think this is going to happen. So on Monday they will make a decision. Most likely they will accept this, but there is a chance that we will take this to an assembly where they will, leave the offer to the sources to decide. There will have to be a vote, but you know, I don't think it will happen. I don't think they will accept it because these people they don't care. So this is more of an informative of what's going on and what's going to happen um, on Monday and how important and decisive it's going to be. Because if they accept it, there are going to be lots of lawsuits and it's going to get ugly and the media is going to get into it and it's going to get even uglier. And next season was supposed to be cool because we had a great season and we're gonna have a full summer to train with no excessive traveling. All this noise, Luis Enrique was able to shield it when we won the triple back in 2015, but this time is gonna be huge. So yet again, Jose and Bartomeu, the people that have been breaking Barça for so long. I already told you how La Masia is being handled. They're at it again, and it's worrying. It's something that no one expected, and it's gonna drag out. And yet, sadly, we're having again have to talk about politics and corruption and everything that's been surrounding our club instead of football. I hope this is the last um, video cast I record about this, and but sadly, most likely it won't be. But I promise to keep this football related because people like this deserve better, and so do we. So do we.